Good afternoon and welcome to Where in the World. I'm Billy Kirkwood. Today, a breaking news story coming out of the centre of London. We're going to go to our royal expert, James Davenport. James, what can you tell us?
Hello, Billy. Yes, some fascinating news coming out from the palace today regarding the Queen herself. Now, we've seen in recent weeks the sheer value of the Queen and her ability to bolster the nation in troubled times. And it's been decided that we need to make sure that she's available the next time that she's needed. And therefore, the palace has decided and indeed declared that the Queen will be put into some form of suspended animation until that time arises.
Now, suspended animation, James, this sounds like something of a science fiction technology.
Yes, indeed. Technology is very important when you're trying to put someone into some kind of cryogenic freezing. But this technology does exist, has existed for a very long time. We've all familiar with the stories about Walt Disney's head, for example, making this story less science fiction and more science fact.
Thank you very much, James. Is it time to pickle the prince, put our toffs in Tupperware? I'm going to go to Nicholas Riley from Birmingham University. Nicholas, is this a good idea?
It's a terrible idea. I mean, it really puts a whole new spin on the phrase preserving the monarchy. But no, we shouldn't be preserving the monarchy. If we're going to spend public money trying to cryogenically freeze an unelected head of state, well, instead we should be trying to freeze figures that give more to society. Why not politicians or healthcare workers or even entertainers? You know, why don't we preserve Taylor Swift?
So instead of the Queen, you're suggesting the singer Taylor Swift?
I think she could unite the nation with her beautiful voice. She's done more for this nation than the Queen ever has. I mean, Rolling in the Deep is one of the most powerful songs ever written.
That was Adele. Thank you very much, Nicholas. Imbecile, I'm going to go straight to Michael Cavendish, the author of Royal Penelope and former palace employee. Is it time to put the monarch in mothballs?
It's a nice idea, isn't it? But there's really no need to preserve the Queen. She has her own defense mechanism to cope with any sort of onslaught from outside. She is, like most royals, a protective carapace, which she can deploy at a moment's notice, or if startled, like a sort of hedgehog rolls into a ball, the Queen sort of has a shell that snaps shut around her like that, just sort of preserving her from anything that would come at her from outside. Back when I worked in the palace, I saw that with my own eyes one time. I was offering her a tray of Ferrero Rocher in the living room, as she liked to do every day. And I said, "A Ferrero Rocher, Your Highness," and she snapped shut. I approached her from behind, which you shouldn't do with the Queen. And she became, as she often is called, more clam than woman at that point. We had to, it took 10 minutes to coax her out with bread. So the idea of preserving her with suspended animation, it's a nice one, but there's no need really, I think.
Thank you very much, Michael. First of all, I'm going to bring Nicholas and James back in. Gentlemen, reaction is what we're wondering now. Will the public have an appetite for an Ice Queen someday?
Well, let's just put this into some kind of context here, Billy. We're talking about experience. The Queen with 2 birthdays annually, she's lived for over 180 years now, and of course, as any D&D player will tell you, experience is everything. We're dealing with a level 74 monarch here. And of course, the technology does exist within the palace grounds. Of course, it was originally used with Queen Victoria. I mean, how else did she reign so long and indeed keep managing to poop out royal babies well into her 80s?
Okay, Nicholas, are we sticking with Taylor Swift?
Look, it's quite clear to me, if we're going to be preserving anyone, we need to preserve a democratically elected head of state. And we need somebody popular, we need a woman, and she has to have a voice that can captivate the nation. So for argument's sake, yes, I would happily nominate Taylor Swift.
Taylor Swift, yeah.
Look, I just think Taylor Swift would make a great queen. Imagine a coronation without the stuffy, outdated national anthem, and instead set to a tune the entire nation could get behind, like the uplifting melody of Set Fire to the Rain.
That's Adele.
That is Adele.
Yeah, that's Adele. Yeah.
Okay. The Skyfall theme.
That's Adele as well.
Again, that is Adele. Gentlemen, thank you very much for your contributions on this story. We're going to be back with more on it at the news at 7 o'clock. But up next, it's the Beach Stove Garden.